This Sunday. Every Sunday. Side by side at the microphone, from the green light to the speed trap, Chris Switzer and Ray Carino calls them as they sees them, and you better believe them. Here! Relevant news, biased opinions, and outright bullshit regarding every aspect of automotive culture. Gas, mechanical trickery never before revealed over FCC-regulated airwaves. Thrill to the explosive tension as Chris and Ray cuss each other down the track and barrel roll across the finish line, laughing at certain disaster as they shake hands for the devil. All that and much more this Sunday at high noon on the Motormouth Radio Hour. Call in and speak live with the Wizards of Speed and live feed, Chris Switzer and Ray Carino. Bring the whole family. Kids under 12 get in free. Every Sunday at noon on WHPC. Take the Long Island Expressway to the Meadowbrook Parkway and look for the sign saying no parking on the expressway and no express service on the parkway. Go right on Highway 24 to Garden City. $2 all-day parking includes Pit Pass. Sunday!
34 Cougars, he has a pin coming off the line, she really digs him. Got a Hearst floor shift.
Yeah, if you got more class than a little deuce coupe, you've tuned into the right show. You've got Motormouth Radio, Long Island's only automotive talk show with your hosts Ray Guarino and Chris Switzer. How are you, Chris?
Hey, Ray, come and see me when you have no class.
That'll be right after the show. Right during. How about right now?
We have no class.
Just get that out of the way, all right?
I'm doing well on this fine, upstanding Sunday. It is beautiful out there. So clear, I can see right across the basement, right through my WHPC Nutmeg State weather window, and it's looking pretty bright, but through the weeds and the growth they have in front of the window, but I can still see sunlight, and it's wonderful.
Nice.
So I'm very happy to, right after the show, go outside and do something automotive. How about you?
Well, you know, I do have some responsibilities after the show. It's uploading, downloading, editing, emailing, sending, this, that, and the other thing.
Oh, that stuff.
It's the show stuff. But yeah, then I do. I have to get back out to my own car because, as you know, people have been following along, and I was
laughing out loud.
I haven't posted it, but I will. I was working during the week on that cooling fan that I was installing, the electric fan.
Right. And hopefully the car will be ready for cruise night around Christmas.
In October, yeah. My butt, this freaking fan. I mean, I had to make brackets. I had to make 4 different size brackets. And then I had something that happened that I never saw coming and really just threw a wrench into the machine.
Your fan fell out.
Almost. So... Wow. Picture, it's an aluminum box-shaped shroud, and the fan is a round 17-inch fan with 4 Allen bolts that hold it in, or Allen screws that hold it into the shroud.
I love engineering talk.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to get better today.
You're going to waste all your time being an engineer.
I have a plan for today's show. I want to talk to you about something that is engineering-based, and it's very...
Oh, good.
And it pertains. So... What I was getting toward the end of the installation. I said, you know what? This fan has a harness that comes out of at the bottom into a big honking plug, and you have to plug in the other half of it, and that's how you do the wiring. And
how do you plug again?
Like that.
Ooh, I got it.
It's big. So
you people on YouTube, you're going to enjoy that.
Yes. I didn't like it coming out of the bottom because then you got to make a 90 and the radiator hose is there. I said, it's kind of just not clean. And I'm about aesthetics. I like it to look the way I like it.
Agreed. I think it helps in the long run. Sure.
So I said to myself, what if you undo these 4 screws, pull the fan out of the shroud and turn it, like clock it 90 degrees so the plug comes out the side.
Okay. All right.
That would be nice. And
I'm loving this plan right now. Yes.
So I do that and I clock the fan and then I go to put the screws back in and I couldn't get them all to go in. I thought, wow, what are the chances that the ears on the fan were not symmetrical so that I couldn't put it in any position?
Chances are pretty good, huh?
So I said, all right, I'll put it back the way it was.
Oh, bummer.
Took me 3 days to get the screws back in.
Wait a minute.
Stupid things.
You already had this thing installed.
Right. Well, it was in the
car.
And
now you take it out and move it, and now okay, that failed. So you got to put it back in. It took you 3 days to get those same screws you installed back in?
I could get the top two threaded in. I couldn't get the bottom two to start. It was like they just weren't catching the threads of the insert. I said, but I know they were there because I took them out. And they weren't damaged. So now the problem was I'm bending over doing this, and and as soon as you get, my back was killing me. I get that burning back feeling.
Yeah.
So I worked on it for a while one day, and I said, okay, that's it. I'm going in the house. I'm done. The next day I picked up with it again, and I thought maybe let me just check the screws. The threads were good. I found out they're metric screws that they put. They were like number 6 by 1.5s. So
those dastardly 6 by 1.5s reared their ugly head once again.
I made sure they were all correct and would thread into a nut. No problem. I mean, I was checking everything. So I finally, the third day, I found a shorter screw that had a metric bolt. It actually is a bolt with a head. That I finally got it back together. But it took me like 3 days of trying on and off. And I was like, this of all the stupid things. I have all the wiring done. I have all the power control figured out. I have everything else done. All the hard stuff was easy.
Tell me when this is fun.
Stupid thing, like move the table over there. No, that doesn't work. So now what I have to do is I have to get back into the interior of the car. I was putting the carpet in, and I have the carpet laid into the car. Right. It's in there, and I started making the holes for the, for all the, the seatbelt holes.
The accoutrements.
Yeah.
Like seatbelt, seat track studs, right? Do you have the studs that go through the floor, or is it?
You see that?
Ooh, wow, that gold carpet that you just showed me on your phone just is screaming disco right there.
I'll post. Well,
you need a disco ball hanging from your dome light.
Okay, so the way I have one of those, yeah, I can do that. So the way Pontiac did it was kind of interesting. On the seat tracks, there's actually brackets on the floor on the inside of the seats toward the transmission hump.
Okay. And
those brackets that are welded to the floor have studs on them, short little
right.
Studs. The outer holes are just threaded into the floor of the car without a bracket and without studs. But I bought studs. I'm putting studs into those locations.
Got it. Okay.
So, yeah, but you know what? I was playing with the carpet. I laid it in there, and you always get some. It never lays, even though it's a molded carpet. It never really lays.
Never lays right.
So I kind of backed away from it because I didn't feel like fight. But now that's what I got to do. I got to fight with that, get the console back in, and that's when Chrysler, I believe, did it very well, because Chrysler consoles on the I know on the E and the B bodies, they have brackets on the transmission hump. And through the glove box door in the console, you put some bolts down there to hold the console to the floor.
Right.
GM wasn't so, they weren't so free with their hardware.
I actually have a buddy seat that goes in between like two buckets when I buy the buckets for the Chrysler, and I have to weld those brackets onto the transmission tunnel, which I'm not really looking forward to, but I'm sorry.
That's right
ahead.
Yeah.
And for you, I make weld balls. I told you.
You just got to make tacks.
I make balls of weld.
Yeah, I know. So what GM did in the case of the Pontiac, there's a bracket way up on the front of the transmission tunnel under the dash.
Right.
2 screws go through, but the back of the console where it goes over the tunnel, just 2 screws go through the plastic console, through the carpet into the floor. Try and find those holes. That's always the problem. So I think Chrysler had a much better idea when mounting consoles is concerned.
Phillips head screwdriver. That's it. Done. The end. Phillips head screwdriver.
And I'm going to use an all.
All of what?
I'm going to use
all or nothing at all.
That's what I'm going to do. You got that right. So, so anyway, if you want to get in on the fun, you can call us here at 516-572-7440 or text us at.
You can get your finger out of your nose and text us at 203-670-4127. I will find you.
Okay. So the main topic for today's show is
how to pick your feet in Poughkeepsie.
No, we did that right. It's diagnostic.
Oh, good.
Go a little deep here.
Oh, deep diagnostic.
You know why?
I'm glad I had my coffee and my apple so I could stay awake.
I'll tell you what. It's going to become like one of these moments. What does Joe know? Okay, and I'll tell you why. because
I'm getting ready now. I'm settling in.
yeah,
This is gonna be one of those easy shows where all I do is go, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
yeah.
Got it. Yeah, okay. I'm ready.
My wife's Cruze, the Chevy Cruze.
The one I wish you'd get rid of.
Me too.
Well, then if you don't get rid of it, then we won't have a show.
All right, you're right. Well, it's had a recurring check engine light on and off for a while, and I've worked with it and played with it, and now it's been on again. And I said, oh, yeah, that car isn't due for a while. Well, that car's due the end of this month.
Due for an inspection.
So it came up and bit me and I'm like, oh my God. So I put the scanner back on it again and I look, and yeah, it's a P0420 code. It's basically a cat efficiency code, which is one of the most, it's almost like saying EVAP, small leak. It's one of the most insidious, vague codes that you could ever get.
Yes. It's one that got me on the tracker for literally for a year. I totally understand. Go ahead.
So what I did is I used my scanners and I brought them. I'm going to show you the scanners so people can see what options they might have for budget line scanners, not for the real expensive high dollar ones.
I'm interested.
And they work very well. They do. I made some good choices, I think. But I verified that now, okay, I know I'm looking at a cat efficiency code. So what do I look at? I pull up my PIDs on the screen. I say, let me look at, O2 sensor. It's a 4-cylinder, so there's only 2 O2s. Let me look at the 2 O2 sensors. Let me look at short-term and long-term fuel trim. Maybe look at the map sensor. Look at the, maybe look at the coolant, things like that. Let's see where everything is cool, where everything is at. And what I saw was what you would expect. Well, the number 1 O2 sensor was active and switching.
Okay, and that's a good thing.
The number 2 oxygen sensor was more of a flat, straight line without a lot of deviation.
That's not good, right?
That is good.
Oh, that is good. Oh, right, because that means that the cat's working. Yes,
the cat is working.
Cat is working. Yes.
And on one of the, actually both of the scanners, I was able to bring these things up in graph form. And Joe showed me this years ago on the Autel scanner. You have the graph, say this is the waveform for one of them, and this is the waveform for the other, and you put them.
That's a nice visual.
The graph's usually one over the other, and you.
That looks like Chiller Theater. Chiller.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So you bring the graphs up.
Oh, you're gonna love this. You're watching this on YouTube. There's a lot of visuals.
And you put them over each other, and you can see if there's a shift or a shift this way or in amplitude. And basically, if the second one mirrors the first, that means that there's no change taking place through the catalytic converter. And
the cat then is not working.
El Morta, you're done.
El Morta.
So, of course, that's not what I saw. I saw an active first O2 and a responsive other O2. I'm like, okay, well, I can't condemn the cat, but I'm getting a cat code and the light is on. Right. So I got a hold of Joe. I knew what I had to do, but I said, you know what? Even though I felt fairly capable of doing what I knew I had to do, I said, let me call in special forces. Let's go visit Joe, which I did. And
You visited the man on the mountain.
That's true.
Nice.
I visited the wild, woolly, weird, wacky world of Mode 6. Now,
not Mode 6.
Right.
Not anything but Mode. No, don't tell me Mode 6. No. I'm clutching my pearls. Tell me about Mode 6.
Look, many people would go to Motel 6 and just call it a day. And we could have had played some cards. We could have had some.
Yeah, sure. Could have talked about Motormouth radio ratings. Exactly. Yeah, why not?
But no, we went to Mode 6 instead. Now, Mode 6, people say, what is Mode 6? And
what is Mode 6, Ray? I have no clue.
The correct way that is written is it's a $06, and that all means something in the nomenclature of scanner world.
I remember that in school. Yeah, right now I've forgotten it completely. But go ahead.
The Mode 6. I'm going to give you the Reader's Digest version.
Please.
It's one of 9 OBD II diagnostic modes that are on in the scanner. In your lexicon to use in your scanner.
It doesn't mean that you're fudged in any way, shape, or form.
No. This is a diagnostic tool. So it wasn't created for technicians to use. It was supposed to be the hidden data that was used by the OBD II system to configure the fault codes that you see on the scanner. So when you see the P0420, it's Mode 6 is the workings under the scene that make the P0420 come on. So it's the guy making the sausage.
I thought I was going to say, I think my daughter has all their albums.
Right. Well, it was also, it wasn't designed to become used as scan tool data when they originally designed it.
Ah.
I tell my computer friends, think of it as it was knowing how to use DOS instead of Windows.
It was like SMODs,
Well, right. Yeah, exactly.
state
Blues Brothers,
license,
municipal organization. Yeah,
arrest driver, impound vehicle.
right.
Got it.
So if you knew how to use DOS, the computer language, the disk
Right.
operating system is what it was.
Yeah,
Then
that's where I remember it from.
when Windows came out, Windows was graphic based, and it was like, oh God, this is easy. This is a trash. It's actually a garbage can. And Apple is the one that did that first. They actually pioneered that,
I didn't know that.
and Commodore
This-
to some degree. But Apple
The
was the one that,
stuff I learn on this program.
right. So I learned DOS. Well, Joe learned Mode 6. So Mode 6 is the how to make the sausage that turns on, like if you knew, like an icon command on a screen, whether it is copy, paste, move, there's an infrastructure under that that's lines and lines of code that make that
course.
happen. So this is
course.
knowing the lines of code instead of knowing the icon.
So it's knowing your sausage. Got it.
So if you know Mode 6 or know how to use Mode 6, you can get a lot more information. So tech savvy guys like Joe figured out a long time ago that Mode 6 contained a plethora of useful diagnostic information.
Okay.
The ultimate information, in fact, if you could figure out how to read it and use it.
Right. So basically what you're doing is you're in OBD II, but you have to go back to OBD I.
Well, no. It's
Building
OBD
blocks,
II.
the foundation.
Right, it is a block. So what it is basically there's a lot of code in there that you don't need. But I can't show you because the scanner isn't hooked up to the car.
And it's only an hour shot.
Well, what happens is in Mode 6, we were able to go into the diagnostic section for the cat.
Okay.
And now it was a cat efficiency code. So this is what we saw. We saw some numbers and all, and Joe was able to discern this and said, okay, all manufacturers do this different. Chevrolet, in the case of this car, has designated they want that cat to be at 95% efficient or more, or else.
Or else the light's going to come on and make you crazy.
Get a lighter. He goes, they drew the line in the sand. He goes, now other car companies can move that. They can put it somewhere else. But no matter what, it's hard line in the ECU of the car. You can't change that.
Got it.
So what we were able to figure out by looking at Mode 6 data was this car was only like 10% off. It was only at like maybe 90. He goes, yeah, you're running at like 90% efficiency. That's why your O2 sensors are reporting correctly.
They are.
That is working. It's cleaning. It's just not cleaning as well as Chevy wants it to.
Got it. Now what, Batman?
Hence the no inspection light.
Uh-huh.
Now we're back to where we were. Now, basically, all that was just to confirm what I already thought was the case. I either have to see if I can clean this cat more to get the efficient, which I did once before. It worked. I got to see if I can clean it to get the efficiency up to 95 where the computer will say, okay, you pass, light out, or I got to put a cat in the car. Now, the problem.
And then you're going to sell the car.
Well, that would be the time. Yeah. So the problem is, I mean, there's a lot of levels of catalytic converters out there. There's eBay ones, there's Amazon ones that for anywhere from $54 to $100 something. Yeah. Then you go to on Rock Auto, and I saw when it was like 300 and something bucks. I'm like, all right, that was the cheapest.
Wow.
Next one was like 6 and change. Then there's a branded GM one that was $1,000.
Oh my gosh.
So I said, let me go for the $300 one, even though it said, not for sale in California, New York, or
Right.
Colorado.
May cause complications in pregnant women. I got it.
So I can't buy that one because of where I live. So I got to go
Because you're not pregnant
to
yet.
the $600 one. So I'm trying to avoid doing that. So what I'm going to do is, with our help from our good friend Macro Man Brian, he told me about some cleaner that they use on the diesels. That's a German product that's kind of strong. And I'm going to see if I can get a hold of that and just shoot it right into the O2 hole and just give it.
Hope for the best.
Hope for the best. So while we're talking about it, I will show you the scanners in question that I was talking about.
Oh, good. Because I remember the last time you had a problem with a catalytic converter and on the Mazda, and you had to literally re-engineer that whole shebang to get it to get it installed properly. Like you were drilling new holes
Yeah.
in the flange.
Again,
Wait,
that's right. Now, well, that car,
I
like the
mean,
Cruise, the cat is right on the exhaust manifold. But on that Mazda, on the Protege, they had like 8 studs on the can. It's a pretty
right.
big can. I don't have it with me. I picked the wrong car.
And that's why you're walking funny.
And those holes didn't line up. And what they did is they just took metric like bolts or studs and welded them to that can. All you gotta be is off by like a millimeter, and it's not lining up in the hole. So I had to drill the cast iron flange on the manifold, and I did.
Yeah.
So anyway, let me show you. This was the last one. No, it's not the last one I got. I got this in 2023. This is a scanner that
Yes.
goes by the name Zurich.
Zurich, yes. I've seen those. They're very good from what I heard. Am I
Very
right?
good. It's a Zurich. This is a ZR15S. I got this at Harbor Freight. This was about 300 and change.
Not bad.
It basically is a Innova scanner, which I do have an Innova. I didn't bring it with me today. It's a little older than this. This does more stuff than the Innova I have. This will do, it doesn't do bidirectional control, but it will do mode 6. Not all scanners will. The cheap ones won't. And it will let you look at a lot of different things into the ABS brake system. It'll let you look at TPMS. It'll let you look at...
That's cool.
You can do a brake bleed, automatic brake bleed with this one. Then I got this one a little while ago. This is by a place called King Bolin's. This is a tablet version. So you see it's a big screen.
I have one similar to that. I'm trying to think what the name of it is, but I do have
King
one similar to
Bolin, this company is this is the X600. Again, it's the one right below bidirectional control, which I want a bidirectional control scanner. But that one's very good too. A little slow.
Now, bidirectional control meaning you can shut things off and turn things back on again?
Correct. You can command things to on or off to see if the actual component is working.
That's cool.
You want to check a fan, or you want to check a light, or so it's funny. You can blow the horn. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff with bidirectional control. So that one is about $500.
Okay.
And it does about the same as the Zurich.
You said, but it's slow.
But it's a little slow. It's a little slow. They're all unless you get the real top line scanners, they're all going to be a little slow. Then I have this little beauty, which is really unbelievable.
Ooh, it's you got a pack of cigarettes there.
It just plugs into the OBD port right there.
Right.
But this is,
and it lowers your insurance.
Can you see the name of that? The name
is Blue
Driver.
Blue Driver.
Very popular. You plug this in, and then you have
and it works off your phone. And
you have an app on your phone or a tablet or whatever. And that little thing gives you all the things that big scanner does. Of course, I don't think it'll graph, but it does give you mode 6. It'll prepare reports. You can store. That Blue Driver, I think one of my kids, they got that for me for Christmas, my birthday one year. And I think it was like at the time $100 or $120. I swear, look it up.
I'm writing this down.
Well, look it up. You got a computer. I don't know what the price is now, but at the time it was right around $100 or so. And I'll tell you something, just to throw in your pocket, like, when you want to go look at a car, if you want to say you want to buy a car, you plug that thing in, open up on your phone, you can see history and what's going on with that car at a glance. You don't have to, you don't need all the cables and, you don't have to look like you're doing surgery or anything.
That's awesome.
So that Blue Driver, I would not be without that because it's so easy. Even if you want to just go, your friend's having a problem, you just bring it over, you pop it in, and in a second you have the information.
And then he's walking fine again.
And he's walking fine again. So
no, that's wonderful. It's great news. I love it. I'm going to definitely take a look at that myself because there are times where I need a scanner and I'm not home.
Right.
And especially with the tracker when it was giving me grief. But I was thinking you were going to go along the lines of a smoke machine.
Oh, no, there was no need. This wasn't an evap code.
You're right. And I was thinking when you said leak, I'm thinking leak. I'm thinking physical leak.
I think I said the CAT efficiency code is kind of along the same lines as when you see an evap code that says small leak. It'll say it on the screen.
Yes.
It'll tell you.
Yeah, mine does.
And then
mine did.
Like, oh God, like, okay, great. And I've had those small leaks where it took 3 or more smoke sessions to find it. So
But that got you ready to use the smoke machine in the first place.
pretty much. So,
Kind of kept you calm. Then you could do the job.
there you go. So that was the week. That was the big thing. I saw you. Like I said, I was out there on Friday, and we spent a nice day. So it was kind of funny because afterwards we got done. We wrapped it all up. I said, "Okay, Joe, listen, what you got? You got anything going on?" Like, nah. I said, "I want to get some coffee or something." Yeah, sure, we'll go. Okay, good. Get in the car. Let's go. So we're driving around. Like, now I'm in Queens. I'm like, "Why am I going to go for coffee in Queens? Jeez, I don't know." So I said, "Well, where do you like to go? What's your choice?" He goes, "Oh, there's a Starbucks over here somewhere." I'm like. So I looked at him. I said, "You drink Starbucks?" He's like, "Nah." I'm like, "Neither do I." I said, "It's a Dunkin' Donuts, 7-Eleven, a push cart." So we found a Dunkin' Donuts up on Northern Boulevard, and we wheeled in there, and we had ourselves some iced coffees and some sugary treats.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And watch the people dash in and out with their lattes and creamies and
Kind of
whatever.
quiet. Yeah, it was a nice quiet afternoon up there. The traffic, Northern Boulevard was a little different, but the place was quiet. So that was the thing. So now I have to try and find this cleaner. There's another one. We were talking about this Thursday night on Played in Traffic. If you go back, you can check that out on YouTube. The show is up.
I have to watch. I haven't watched in a while. I'm sorry, I miss you guys. I have to watch.
Yeah, we really had a great guest on Thursday night. We were talking about it, but later on we did weave it into the whole show, and Brian was talking about he put in his information about scan tools, and Macco has some really good scan tools, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Subscription based, so you buy the tool, you don't have to spend thousands. Maybe you spend, I don't know, a little under 1,000, and you get a really nice tool, but it's subscription based. So
right.
The problem is guys in shops sometimes work on certain types of cars and never other types of cars. So
Exactly.
you have a tool that's fully loaded with all the stuff, you're paying for it and you won't use it. So if you work on predominantly American cars or even European cars or whatever, you buy the subscription for that model line of car, and it's good for, I think, like 30 days. And you can use it on that car, and at the end of 30 days, that subscription expires. And then when you work on another car, you can get that subscription. And the subscriptions by the month are not that expensive, from what he was saying. It's reasonable. And the beauty is, if you're in a shop where the cars turn, you could be working on a Chevy one day or a Ford another day, and then maybe a BMW or whatever it is. You don't have to have the full blown package. It's very expensive. Like I said, you buy it like a la carte.
Makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, because why it would be the prices would be astronomical if you had to purchase all of those subscriptions for all those cars. And like you say, if you're not using them, you're not fixing the rolls this week, or
it comes in with the package. Like when you buy a Snap-on scanner or even some of the Macro scanners, they're already fully loaded with all the software, and you got it whether you want it or not. I mean, then you find out you're only working on specific cars, and you're never even looking at those other sections because you don't have a need to. But you paid for it.
I'm wondering if the technology stops. Like, if you're buying a scanner in 2025, does it only cover a certain amount of cars up into a certain year and doesn't go past that?
Yes, and that's what happens. A lot of scan tools. I know people have one. I have one at home that doesn't do anything past like 2019 because the subscription ran out. What's in there is in there, and you have, but you don't have anything past that.
Right.
So that thing's a brick after that point. But before then, you can use it on any car that it covers.
Exactly. It's not a paperweight completely.
Right.
It just will stop at a certain year, and then it's not effective any longer. I got it.
That's why a lot of guys in shops, especially in a suburban area where there's shops all around, guys get to know guys in the neighboring shops, and many times they're friendly. And, hey, you know what? You work on mostly American stuff, but now you get a BMW or a Mercedes coming in, and like, I don't have a scanner for that. But you call the buddy next door, maybe he's got one, he'll lend it to you. So you borrow his scanner, and then you can, pull the codes on the car, and then maybe the next month he's coming over to use your tire machine because you got a better one than him. So it's kind of that repairman kind of
camaraderie.
Yeah, which doesn't always exist, but sometimes it does. What also exists, Chris,
yes,
is the clock. And the clock is telling me it's the bottom of the hour.
Already?
And when it's the bottom of the hour, our rule book says we must obey and we must follow the rules of the bottom of the hour mantra, which means
what?
I got to tell you what the weather is. I'm looking at the WHPC weather window, and as you already alluded to, it is a beautiful day today. It is a topless day. I am driving the Fiat, and I am enjoying it thoroughly. Car's running well, and it's. I even vacuumed.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah, I
you did it now. You said the car is running well.
I know. You know what? What's it going to do?
Oh, now you put special sauce on it.
I know.
Oh,
I got a big Italian horn hanging from that mirror, so I'm protected. I'm wearing one here. I got my fingers on. I'm protected. Everything is good. So your WHPC weather forecast is powered by Pantano's Gourmet with locations in Hewlett and Uniondale, and as we alluded to today, is a mix of sun and clouds. It's beautiful, high of 78. It's a gorgeous top-down T-shirt kind of day. Tonight, some clouds low in the 60s. Tomorrow going to be 78. I'm waiting for a rainy day. I want a rainy day this week because I have to do my annual pilgrimage to go see a movie. I usually go like once a year and see a movie, usually in the winter when it's snowy. But I want a rainy day so I don't kill the sun. I hate coming out of the movies and it's like bright sun and you just wasted like 2 hours inside. So
my dad and I used to do that all the time when I was a kid because he hated the heat. So he would come out of a movie theater like 3 p.m. going, bah!
Right.
we're like vampires.
So just in case you're curious, which some people may be, I am going to go see Spinal Tap 2.
Oh, good.
I have always been a big Tapper fan. I've been watched the movie originally. I have copies of it. I've quoted it. I've lived it. I've loved it. And it's one of my all-time favorites. So
there's a movie that's dying for a sequel, right? Spinal Tap 2.
It's the original cast, which is interesting because now they've all aged 40 years.
They're all still alive, actually.
Yeah. So so I also have to say
what? Oh, also, I just want to let you know that, hey, Maco Man Brian has texted us at 203-670-4127 and sent something that maybe you can understand, Ray, but I'm having a hard time with. He has sent around, it says around $28 per 30 days. He can get more tall truck back together, loading a new box Thunder teal with black trim.
Okay. The 28 to 30.
That's
the price he quoted was a subscription. If you want to buy subscriptions for that scanner.
Got it. $28 for 30 days. Now makes sense. Okay.
After 5 weeks of not having it, Brian has his tool truck back. So now the Snap-on guy can go pound sand because the Maco Man didn't leave. He's back in force and he's selling and he's going to take the business from him. And that's why he's loading that toolbox on because he's going to be selling those new tool tables that Maco has. And he's going to crush the competition, screw everybody. He's taking over. Maco Man is back, damn it.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway.
You just spit all over the microphone. It was pretty cool.
Well, Kim will change the thing later.
I hope so. Well, Joe the Undertaker, what?
No, go on.
Joe the Undertaker also texted us at 203-670-4127. I'm reading this straight, hot off the presses. Right. He says, what about the reverse with a scanner? A friend's car is a few years older than the mechanic's scanner.
Oh.
What about the reverse with a scanner? Older.
Well, if it's older, the scanner should cover it. Newer, it might not.
Right.
It's an OBD1.
Oh, then forget it.
Unless it's not an OBD II, then you need like a Tech 1 or you need the Brainiac 2000 I have in the secondary toolbox at home.
The Brainiac or a paperclip, one of the other.
Or a paperclip to count the coverage, yeah. So the contest here is to win a $100 gift card to my favorite Italian place, Uncle Bacla's Italian Seafood and More. All you have to do is just download the free WHPC app. You listen to this station anytime, anywhere, and register to win the $100 gift card inside the app. Uncle Bacla's Italian Seafood and More is located at 23-70 Jericho Turnpike in Garden City Park. And the WHPC app, of course, is located in your Google Play or Apple App Store. Good luck from the voice of Nassau Community College and the free WHPC app. And enjoy Uncle Bacla's. The place is phenomenal. So
that's right. Put the app on your phone. Put the phone in your pants.
And put the app in your belly because you're going to love those apps that they have there. So what do we have for a Honor Group of the Hour this week?
We do, Ray, of course. The Motormouth Radio Honor Group of the Hour this week. If you can help but notice, the hunt for car parts has changed drastically. Remember those glory days of searching for parts through multiple salvage yards all over your area? Remember how those yards have disappeared one by one, and now you have to resort to death scrolling through Facebook Marketplace on your phone in the middle of the night from the edge of your bed looking for some of those very same parts. Remember running into some of your neighborhood buddies at the salvage yard? Or learning how to remove parts in minutes from the parts yard jockeys driving around? Now you stare at low-quality photos uploaded to Facebook Marketplace or eBay, those overpriced auction houses, to try and decipher whether the part is for you or not. So if you would much rather be climbing towers of junked cars looking for that perfect part instead of wearing out your index finger staring at granny photos of unrelated junk on the internet, then you're part of the Motormouth Radio Honor Group of the Hour this week.
Nice. That's a good one.
Thanks.
All right. So stick with us. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes on 90.3 WHPC.
And I have to ask you what tool. I have to ask you a personal question about your tool.
All right, good. Stick with it. 90.3 WHPC. Hang in. Yes, we are Jive Talking on 90.3 WHPC, and that is Chris Switzer on cowbell, by the way. Don't let yourselves be fooled. Live read, and he plays cowbell too, so this man is a talent.
Not at the same time.
Boy, you never said that in 12 years of doing the show with me.
No, but I have said this. 516-572-7440. Pick up the phone. Call us for crying out loud.
That is true.
Come on. Come on. Standing here talking to Ray.
I know.
This show on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by CarStar Celebrity Chase Collision, with 2 locations in Limerick and Oceanside, who remind you that New York state law says you always have the right to choose which shop will fix your car. CarStar Celebrity Chase Collision offers a full range of services: 24-hour towing between Montauk and Manhattan, shuttle service, and they can help you with a rental car arrangement if needed. All repairs include the CarStar lifetime nationwide warranty, ensuring that the experts at Celebrity Chase Collision are always on your side.
Y sí, hablamos español.
More information is available at 516-593-0920 or online at celebritychasecollision.com.
Okay, Mark Warman here from Graveyard Cars, hanging out with my buddies at, what's the name of it again?
Motormouth Radio.
Hey, Mark Warman here from Graveyard Cars, hanging out with my friends at Motormouth Radio. Sunday morning, I don't know what this fat bald guy's laughing about. You'll forget stuff soon enough too, my friend. Be sure to listen. When are you guys on? 10 a.m.?
Sundays at noon.
Noon on Sundays.
Excellent. This was
No, that's you got the promo. For, the best one was the first one. That's why I was because you said, what was the name of this again? That's the promo.
What better presentation could you do than that?
Hey, you, get over here. Every Sunday, 12 to 1, you are going to tune in to hear the Motor Mouths, my friends Ray Guarino and Chris Switzer. 90.3 FM, WHPC. You might learn something.
Yeah, you might learn something. I don't know. You may learn something. If you learn something about Mode 6, tell us, and then we'll investigate some more.
They're not producing any more hits, so.
No, so we are back with more Motormouth Radio here on the third half of the show. And Chris, you have a question to ask.
Yes, I do. Ray, what is the size of your shop vac?
Which one?
Okay, that's good. We've taken this. We're going to take this further now.
I have little ones. I have big ones.
Yes.
Don't use the big one. I have the best one, though.
Okay, here's my question. I have just literally acquired a small shop vac because I got tired of moving the big one around to vacuum out my car. And you had said that you briefly mentioned that you vacuumed out or you cleaned up the Fiat a little bit. So it prompted me, you've sparked me to ask an intriguing question. And I would want to know, how do you feel about your small shop vac compared to your big?
Okay. I have 2 small ones. One is like a vertical.
I know you do, and that's why your voice isn't.
And the other one is a horizontal. It's the little one is, I think, the horizontal one with wheels is, I think, a Dirt Devil.
Oh, okay.
And the one that stands up, I'm not sure. It's a red one, red and black. I forget the brand. I have that in the garage. But the one that I use now all the time on everything.
Tell me.
I most recently got, and it's made by Craft. It's branded by Craftsman.
Oh, wow.
And it's battery powered. Because I started buying, some Milwaukee battery tools to use with the cars.
Right.
I happened to get some newer Craftsman stuff that I liked, like a battery powered pressure washer And I had
battery powered pressure washer.
yeah.
Holy smokes!
And then I found a deal a couple of years ago, and I got, what the heck was it? It was something else, and I got a battery powered fan, and I should bring the fan out to the garage, bring it to the shop with me. And then recently I bought a small little whiz wheel that I use. I've been using that on this job in the garage. That's great. And because they put sales at the Ace Hardware, if you buy one, buy one, get one free.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, one of the things I got free was I chose that battery powered vacuum. And I'll tell you something, this thing sucks very well. It's bigger than the small one, so it's got to be about, maybe it's about 12 to 14 inches long. Maybe it's about 8 inches tall. Nice hose on top, and I have the 2, and I bought the 4 amp batteries, and they actually last pretty long. Mm-hmm. And great. You want to go out to the car, just carry it out, no cords. It's battery powered.
That's nice.
Working up in the apartment, you just take it upstairs. I mean, anyway, it's battery powered, so take it anywhere you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that is now my new favorite shop vac of choice.
Your new favorite sucker.
Right.
I thought mine was the new favorite sucker. Yours is actually much better.
Which one's yours?
I just got, and mind you, it's probably similar to the one you were talking about. It's red and black. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
It was like, go suck or something. I don't remember.
Right.
Suck and go. I don't know.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, I've just kind of used my quota of
that was
four-letter words at that point.
Did, yes.
But no, just taking it out to the car, I did them all. I was happy. I'm going around like happy as a clam. I was loving the fact that a smaller shop vac made so much of a difference because it was always such a project pulling that big lunger out to go into the cars. So
I'll tell you, the problem I have with the one in the garage is it has a ball in it, because it could be it's a wet dry vac. So you put a foam filter in, you can do wet, which is stupid because it's a very small canister. And so being that it's a vertical size, not a horizontal one, as you're pulling the hose you can easily knock it over. And when you knock it over, the ball comes up and then stops the flow of air. And you got to shut the thing off, stand it up, and then you hear the ball. Once the pressure goes back to normal, you hear the ball go thunk, it drops down again, and you can turn it back on again. So I should just throw that one out. I really should just get rid of it, because I don't really need it. I've had it for a long time. But yeah.
It's one of those things you need to purge.
Yeah, you're right. So it's kind of funny because just the other day I got sick and tired. Again, I was working on a cruise. I'm like, this car needs to be cleaned. So I gave it a wash, but now it's like I got the nylon brush. I was cleaning into the emblems on the car, and like where the bumper cover meets the quarter panels is that seam. I tell you, get in that with a little brush, you're going to get gunk out of it. I don't know how it's in there, but it does. So I did the whole deep clean outside, opened the doors, cleaned all of that inside door area. Really made it look nice. And my wife noticed it and appreciated it, because the next day she was coming out with the vacuum, the battery vacuum. I said, "What are you doing? Gonna vacuum the plants in the front?" She goes, "No." She goes, "You did such a nice job on the car." She goes, "I think I should vacuum the inside." I'm like, "Yeah, I was gonna do that too, but I figured I'd get to it later." So she actually took the vacuum out and used the battery powered. Even my wife. So even if your wife will use the tool, it's a useful tool.
Yes, very true.
If it ain't gonna be beneficial. So.
Very true. You're absolutely right. Makes for a happy wife.
Right.
But it's funny you should mention that, because I remember my dad on the 74 Caddy had a chrome strip that ran the length of the car.
Yeah.
And he would take the hose and literally lay it on top of that chrome strip. And the dirt and the gunk and the crap that would come flying out of there. Rooster tails of black muck would come out from the inside of that strip. And,
if you watch, Steve Magnante is back doing his junkyard crawl thing on.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. Mm-hmm.
And you look at those cars that have been sitting under trees for many, many years, and oftentimes you'll see where a piece of molding came off, and you can see the witness mark, and you can see just how bad that really got with a lot of the older cars. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is amazing, and I still do it. The Mazda, the CX-9 has these two. It's like the
runners on the roof.
Yeah, I get it. Yep. Now, mind you, the trees that we have here leave those little helicopter seeds.
Yeah.
I can't stand those things.
Right.
And every May, I go through all the dance of death to try and get rid of all of those things. And that's what I do. I'll take the hose, and thankfully I have a plastic hose gun, spigot, whatever it is, and I just run it along those troughs. And you have to see those seeds just flying out of there.
All my cars, well, the Cruise has that. My Mazda 3 had it. And you get a lot of junk out of that. That's a great conglomeration point. So
yeah, no, it's the truth. And like I was saying last week, the dirt around the trunk lid on the Camry was preventing the trunk from closing properly. That's how dirty it was.
That I do. I'll do it every. You don't have to do it every wash, but this time I did. I open that trunk, and that whole track of where the water goes, I'm in there with the brush, cleaning. I had my I was using not spray 9. I was using Purple Power, I think, spraying. Had the brush. The gunk that accumulates in there is ridiculous. And under the hood too, you get the bottom edge of the hood, get the leading edge of the hood. You got to clean all that. Get the shock towers, everything. Everything looks nice and clean and nice and bright and brilliant. And that'll stay for a while. That stuff doesn't get dirty immediately unless you're driving through construction sites.
I do the same with the hatch, because now I have how many hatches? 3 hatches. So. Pop them open, go around. And you know what? It's kind of funny because people kind of look at me like, was the car in the body shop? And I go, why? They said, because the inside of the door jambs are clean. I'm like, well, part of the car. You have to clean those things.
That's right. People don't, they don't pay. I get by the hinges. I'm cleaning over by the hinges and all. And
always. You notice I've been watching recently on YouTube, people actually cleaning cars. First car hasn't been cleaned in 30 years. And they bring this old Cadillac out of a barn and clean it. You notice they're using these brushes that look like they're like a round head.
Yes.
They're about 2 inches tall, thick bristle with a long wooden handle.
Yes.
And they're using those. It's almost like they're stirring like porridge or something. They're going around emblems with these things. And the funny thing is I have one floating around, and I've held it up and went, what in the world am I going to use this dopey thing for?
If you go to like Griot's Garage, they sell that stuff. Now, I'll tell you something. The guy that I've been trying to get on here as a guest for weeks now, months, Evan Steger from Time to Shine. That's the polished stuff that I use. He champions this. I bought a ton of his products. And with those, there's a guy on YouTube, I think he's in New York. He's upstate. And he does a lot of like deep clean videos like that. And the first thing they do is they use the foam cannon and they foam the car. And I bought that stuff from Evan. I bought to do my own cars. Right. And that is kind of the new way of doing things, and it works very well. Yeah,
I've heard, and just to see the performance and to see the results, it really is. Because I mean, I'm still in the old days. You get the car wash out of a bottle, in a bucket, soup it up, plop it on the roof, start at the top, work your way down. And done. There's no, like you say, foam cannon or anything. It's the way I wash a car, it's not that dramatic. And I think I get similar results.
Right. It's what do you call it? It's just new school versus old school. Old school still works. The new school stuff is, it's kind of nice. And with everything else, you kind of pick and choose what you want to do, and how you want to do it. Like you're the fan of the big old heavy metal buffers.
Oh, gosh.
Because you know how to use one.
Yeah.
The new guys will burn right through the paint and take lines off a car. Now all the new buffers are very small, very light, plastic, battery powered, many of them. And, everything just has an evolution.
It's true. I actually found, I think I was with you, I found a smaller metal buffer, not those long ones. This is a smaller one. And I've used that the last, I don't think it's been about 10 years.
Yeah.
I think I've maybe buffed about 3 cars in the last 10 years. But I've always gone for that smaller buffer. The big ones are, not that I'm weak or anything, but they're just dangerous.
I see the guys at the shop use them a lot. A lot of them use the smaller ones because it gives you more mobility. You can get around, get into little places, and it's easier on the body, your body.
Yeah, and I remember in the old days, the compound is slippery, and if you get it on your hands and you're running that big buffer, sometimes you can catch something and the buffer goes out of your hands, and you get it to sail 15 feet in the air.
Swing. Yeah, that's fun.
Like, oh, that's gonna make a mark when it hits the ground.
Right. That's always fun. Yeah.
It's happened.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
I'm not proud of it.
No, no, no.
But yeah, that was something I was interested in because I'm moving the shop vac around and I'm like, this is nice. I'm not breaking out in a sweat. And the funny thing is, there's a technique to when you vacuum a carpet. And whenever I vacuum a carpet in a car, there's a technique to it because I vacuum like you've just put 50 cents into the machine at the gas station.
You're a maniac.
Right. So, you only have 2 minutes.
Right.
That's all you have. And you're vacuuming like a son of a...
Yeah.
You got to go get another set of quarters from the guy.
I know.
So I've come to realize I do the same thing when I'm home.
Okay.
And I'm vacuuming like...
Yeah. Take time. It's all right.
Oh, wait a minute. There's no quarters. It's that sound when the machine goes off. You're vacuuming, you're halfway through the carpet, and boom.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the only thing that I do think of with the battery stuff. Like, you do have a limited life because you're on a battery.
Sure.
But I know when I'm using a 4-amp battery, I do have a pretty good amount. And I always check it first. So, and sometimes like these particular batteries show 3 bars. With the Milwaukee stuff shows you like 5 dots. So I was at 2 bars. I topped the battery off first. I turned the charger, top it off for the 10 minutes. It's all it took. And now I'm out and I'm fine. And, you're good to go. But,
So yeah, it's kind of old habits die hard. And I had a laugh just recently. I actually I had the lug wrench in my hand. I had well, not really a lug wrench. It was a long socket, but I was working on the lugs, and I had to stand up and go, what in the heck am I doing? Because I have the plastic caps on the tracker, right? GM in its inevitable wisdom, they put the lug nut and then you put on this plastic dress cap,
right?
This black cap, right? So of course I put the lug nuts on the wheel and then I go to put the dress caps on, and wouldn't you know it, I'm torquing them down in
oh geez.
In
sequence?
like a start in sequence. Yeah.
Wow.
And I had to stand up and go, what in God's name am I doing?
You know what that's called?
What?
Conditioning.
It is. It is.
Right. I know.
I'm hysterical. I was literally sitting there laughing. I'm like, here I am torquing the plastic finishing caps in a certain sequence.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, I was chuckling over that. I'm like, no, you can do this. You can go in the circle with it. It's not bad.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, I had a moment. I've had a couple of moments lately.
Right.
Working on cars, but that is truly what has been killing me. That and sticky dashboards. I'm still.
I know. That doesn't go away.
But I've come to realize what is doing the job, kinda, is a mixture of paint thinner and Goo Gone has been doing. And mind you, you can only do it for so long because after a while you're going to get fumed.
I was going to say, always the chemist.
Yeah. I go out there like 10 minutes. That's about it.
Some people who go way back will remember Mother Switz's top soap. And that stuff was caustic. That had a skull and crossbones on the label, and nobody should be using that within 30 feet of civilization. But
Mother Switzer's convertible top soap. That was rude and crude. Yeah. That took the wax off your car.
Exactly.
Instantly. But it got my Electra white convertible top, bright white.
Yeah.
Bright white.
Much white just won't do it. So I watched the video that popped up in my feed on the correct way to wash a car. So I said, all right, let me wash. I just washed the car. Let me see. And, it was all very basic. But, you got to tell people the basics. And the first one was, don't use dish soap. And they say, why? Well, why? Because dish soap is made to remove grease. It also removes wax and will strip your paint. And then, of course, it was, start from the top, work down, it was all basic stuff. But, it's, I'll watch something like that every now and again because maybe there's something in there that I could pick up. And they were showing the use of brushes and all. Yeah, I'm using those too. And, and they were a big fan of drying the car. Don't let it air dry.
Right.
Because of water stains or streaks. And I'll tell you, there's certain color cars are more prone to that than others. The white car, it don't matter.
Yeah, you should know.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I haven't had a white car in a while since the Charger, so.
And then yesterday, I had some time, so I rolled the FJ in the driveway, and I washed that. I had to do the wheels. They were getting kind of brake dusty, so I wanted to clean those, so I washed that too. That's a tough truck to wash. It really is.
Well, because it's so tall. What do you use to eliminate the brake dust on those wheels?
I don't have a specific wheel cleaning product in my
Neither do I.
now, but I do have a bottle that I mix up with either Purple Power or what's the other one I buy?
Don't tell me green. What's that?
Simple
Green?
No, not Simple Green. It's another purpley one. Anyway, one of those, and you can cut it with water to dilute it. I give like a 50-50 mix, and I use that. And actually, what I also do is I take that and I spray it on all over the engine on the plastic.
Right.
And it really makes the engine compartment look really nice. It just kind of brightens all that stuff and cleans it up. You just spray it on, let it dry, and then just hose it off. I mean, if it's a heavy area, you can wipe it with a sponge or something.
Usually, I've come to realize the benefit of a oil-soaked rag. I'm serious.
All right.
Because a lot of times, and I'm not saying like dripping oil-soaked. Just a light, like you've used it on your hands to wipe the oil off your hands. Now there's a little film of that oil because you can get into a whole little crevices all around your engine, and it gives it a nice shine as well. So I've foregone all of those engine cleaning products.
Okay.
And use an oil soaked rag, usually a t-shirt, because you can get in there with a whole bunch of crevices. And
I actually bought, it was the why can't I'll think of it as soon as the mic is off. What the name of that product? It's like Purple Power. It's another one that's very, very popular. And I got it at Walmart, and I got I think a 5-gallon jug of it. Yeah, I bought the big one this time because I kind of burned through. I mean, I've cleaned the PVC railings with that. I've cleaned. Like I said, I cleaned the wheels with it. You clean almost anything with it. Stuff is really, really good. So you can even clean a carburetor with it if you're so inclined. So
wow,
good stuff. So
you could soak it in Purple Power?
Oh, yeah, it'll clean it. Stuff is good.
Really?
And it's fairly safe. It's not really caustic. It's not going to burn your skin off or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
then it's not doing its job.
I know, but you know what? They have us locked into the safety thing these days. So there's only so much to do,
I real fast, and I know I told this story before, but I remember cleaning gum off a carpet off a customer's car, and I was lying in between the front seat and the back seat on the carpet, cleaning it off the passenger floor using Aftoline.
Oh, that's good.
And I remember once I got it cleaned, I couldn't get out from where I was because I kind of rolled out because I was stoned because I was sucking in those fumes for like a half an hour, scrubbing that glue out of there.
I'll tell you what, the clocks in the studio all have different times on them. I'm going to go with this one and say, now we got to get out of here. So,
yeah, I think so. I think you should.
So what do we tell the people waiting for me out in the parking lot, hanging around my little convertible today that want to see me?
Don't follow us home, and don't stay very close to Aftoline either.
Got it. So we'll be back next week with more Motormouth Radio with our trials and tribulations with Chris Switzer, Ray Guarino, and the fine folks here at WHPC. Stay tuned because you're going to listen to Thunder Road. Kim with Best of Springsteen in the band. I know you do because you like her show better than us anyway. Yeah, so, Chris, we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Right? On 90.3 WHPC. See ya.
See you, bye.
This show on 90.3 WHPC is brought to you by CarStar Celebrity Chase Collision, with 2 locations in Limerick and Oceanside, who remind you that New York state law says you always have the right to choose which shop will fix your car.